everybody. My name is Crystal Welch, Triple Diamond Distributor for ItWix Global. I want to welcome you all to our live hangout. We are going to hear from some amazing folks this evening. But first off, I'm going to give you just a little bit of information about the wraps, who we are, what we do. I'm going to double check and make sure you guys can see me on my other device here. A couple housekeeping items. If you could please comment below that you're checking in and let us know who invited you, that would be awesome so we know who's on. And then make sure that you connect with the person that invited you at the end of the hangout so they can answer any questions that you may have. And if you are a current distributor, please don't post any personal websites or anything in the comments just because there are lots of distributors and guests on tonight. So let's go ahead and get started. Again, my name is Crystal Welch. I'm in Tacoma, Washington. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about this crazy wrap thing. And so before I go to my presentation, I just want to show you what it looks like. So this is the wrap. This is how long it is. And you can actually cut it to fit anywhere you want it to go, okay? And so I'm going to share over here with you. Have you tried that crazy wrap thing? I just showed you what it looked like. You can customize it to fit anywhere from your chin down. And so you can put it on your neck or your arms or your thighs, or the majority of people actually put it on their tummies. And so there are lots of different options that you can do. And you can see results in as little as 45 minutes. And so you wear it for a short period of time, but you can see results pretty quickly. It's super affordable. You can sample one for only $25, which is, I don't know anybody that wouldn't want to try something like this for an amazing price like that. So this is what it does. It tightens, tones, and firms in as little as 45 minutes. It reduces the appearance of cellulite. It's a first-to-market product, so there's nothing out there quite like it. And it gives you fast and lasting results from our botanically based formula. I am not seeing myself on the hangout, so give me just a second to make sure we are on. I don't know if you guys can see. Hold on. I want to make sure you guys are out there. Let's see. Oh, yep, I'm there. Okay, just making sure it was doing something weird. So anyways, you can see here a before and after picture of someone that used the wrap after 45 minutes. And I believe that Kaye, who's on with us, I believe she took that picture of this amazing before and after picture here. So that's just one example. I have a couple others just to show you since we are not, we're virtual, so you can kind of see some other before and after. So here's one after a sample of one wrap, one after two, and then one after our full treatment, which is a box of 4 wraps, okay? Now, we have an amazing loyal customer program which allows our customers to get discounts on our products, as well as many other perks where you can earn free shipping, you can earn free product, and we have an amazing loyal customer referral program as well. Now, a loyal customer is someone that purchases 1 item a month for 3 consecutive months in a row. And so they get discounts on all of our products. So to give you an example, I said you could try one for just $25, but they do come in a box of 4. That's a full treatment, so that would actually be $99. But as a loyal customer and that discount, you're going to be able to save 40% and get a box of wraps for only $59. So that's a great savings. So here we have a few packs that are put together just so that you can kind of try a few products together, and all of our products work amazing together. So the first one is called a wrap pack, and the wrap pack has a box of 4 applicators, so 4 body wraps, and our mini version of our defining gel. So this is kind of a sample size to just kind of test out the waters of our cool defining gel. Now the defining gel has a lot of the same ingredients as the wrap, except way less concentrated, so you can actually put the defining gel on daily from chin to toe, whereas earlier I mentioned you only want to wrap every 3 days. Okay, so because it takes 3 days for one to work through your system. So as a retail price for this pack, it's $115. But when you become a loyal customer, you're going to save $46 and get it for only $69 as a loyal customer. So that's a great savings there. The next pack we have is our skinny pack, and the skinny pack also comes with a full box of 4 applicators and the full bottle of defining gel. So the wrap pack has the sample version. This one has a full bottle which will last you probably like 4 to 6 weeks. Okay, and then we're also going to introduce our fat fighters into this skinny pack. Our fat fighters is a fat and carb blocker that you take 15 minutes to an hour after you eat. And it's going to help absorb some of those fat and carbs so they can go to some of the other places on your body that you probably don't want them to go to. This pack retails for $189, but again, with that loyal customer savings, you're going to save $77 on this pack and get it for only $112. The last pack I'm going to talk to you about tonight is actually our It Pack. Now, I love this pack because this gives you kind of a little variety of everything. So you're going to get the 4 box of body wraps, and this one you're also going to get a 4 box of facial applicators, and then the full bottle of defining gel again, and we're going to give you the lifting lip and eye cream. This cream you put around your eyelids, underneath your eyes, and it's going to help open up those eyes and get rid of dark circles and fine lines and things around the eyes. And then you can also put it around the rim of your lips, and it's going to help give you fuller, plump looking lips. So, lip and eye cream is great. And then we introduce our greens in this pack, the greens on the go. Our greens come in 2 flavors. They come in both orange and berry, and a couple of sizes. So what you see in this pack is the greens on the go, but we have a canister as well, which there's a 30-day supply canister and a 90-day supply canister. So a couple different options there. Now this pack, you're going to save $120 because it normally retails for $299. You're going to pay only $179 as a loyal customer with this pack. Now we have tons of other products as well. If I were to talk about all of those, we would be here all night. So I'm not going to do that, but I do want to mention a couple of the ones that we offer. We do have full supply of multivitamins. We have something for stress called Confianza. We have something for joint pain called Relief. And we even have an entire line of skincare. One of the really popular products that's going on right now is our hair, skin, and nails, because people are seeing some amazing results for those in a very short period of time. So that is a little bit more about the product. Now I want to get to the fun part, which is the business opportunity. We have 3 very simple steps in order to run our business. And so I'm going to share that with you a little bit here. So the first step is where you can join the party. You join the party for as little as $99. With that $99, you are going to get a box of 4 wraps. And so you can do one of 2 things with that. You can turn around and sell those wraps and make your money back instantly, or you can use them on yourself so you can have a personal testimony of what the wrap did for you and your body. So the only requirement with that is that you actually have something called an 80 BV auto ship. And that's just so that you have enough product so that you can go out and build your business. It's kind of like our overhead. You know, when you have a traditional business, let's say you had a retail store or a restaurant or something like that, you typically have thousands and thousands of dollars of expenses. And ours is just a simple $80. And so I always recommend new distributors start with just a couple boxes of wraps. If you get 2 boxes of wraps, that's going to ensure that you have product to go and do some wrap parties and put some cash in your pocket when you do those parties. So we do have a couple of options to add on to your kit when you're first getting started. The first one is actually called a mini booster, and the mini booster is $149. With that, you get 2 boxes of wraps, so that's a total of 8 wraps. You get a box of facials. You get your full bottle of defining gel, a canister of 30-day supply greens, and your fat fighters. Okay, so when you go out and do some parties with that, you're going to make about $300 in party cash. And who doesn't love cash? I love cash. The next pack we have is called the Party Booster, and this one has lots more product in it. This one is going to be $349, and with it you're going to get 4 boxes of wraps, so that's 16 wraps, a box of facials, your defining gel, fat fighters. This one gets lip and eye cream in it, and the greens on the go. So that's great for being able to share for samples and things like that too. So with this pack, you're gonna go out and do your parties, and you're gonna make about $500 in party cash with this pack. Now, step 2 is where you can wrap free. Everybody loves free. I know we all love free. So, how do you wrap free? Earlier I mentioned what a loyal customer is, someone that purchases 1 item a month for 3 consecutive months in a row. Now, when you go out and have your best friend, your mom, your sister, and your aunt become loyal customers and try some of your products, the company is going to reward you by giving you 2 boxes of wraps for free. So if you get 4 loyal customers in your first 30 days, you're going to earn that $120 worth of free product credit. Then we have step 3. Step 3 is actually a $500 guarantee. And what that says is if you go out and do step 1 and 2 yourself, so you join the party and get 4 customers in your first 30 days, and then you have 3 friends join you, and they each do step 1 and 2, so they're all going to join the party and also get 4 customers in their first 30 days. The company guarantees that you will make at least $500 in your first 2 months, or they will pay you the difference. Now, I do not know enough. You simply follow our steps to success, and you don't make at least $500, we'll pay you the difference, and ours does, which is an amazing low-risk opportunity there. Now, we also just found out today we have an amazing promotion that is that's going to happen this month. This is where you can earn a ticket into a drawing to earn $20,000 to pay off debt. We've already witnessed 20 people experience this, and more people will be awarded this month for this. So this is an amazing promotion. Talk to the person that invited you more about this so that you can make sure that you're involved in earning that as well. You're probably curious about what everyone makes in a company like this. You know, this is our average annual income for different distributors at different ranks in the company. Now, I want to stress it is an average, so therefore some people make more and some people make less. At the beginning, as a distributor, the average annual income is $752. So that's about maybe $60 a month. And so to me, that could be, someone that has a few loyal customers and they are almost paying for their products each month that they're reinvesting in. Okay. Next up, we have executive. The average annual executive is just over $3,100. So now we're looking at about $250 a month. You know, maybe that can cover a utility bill or a car payment or something like that. Then we have Ruby. The average annual income of a Ruby is just over $5,600. So now we're closer to like $500 a month. And typically when I'm talking to people, that's what they're looking for. There's a statistic out there that says most American households are anywhere from $300 to $500 away from bankruptcy. And at this level, that can certainly help someone avoid that type of situation. Then we have Emerald. At Emerald, the average annual income is just over $10,200. Now we're looking at more like $800 monthly. So I don't know about you, but I could do a lot with an extra $800 a month. Then we have Diamond. Diamond is our first leadership level in our company, and that's where our CEO, Mark Pentecost, says you have a license to print money. So the average annual income of a Diamond is $23,000. So that's almost $2,000 a month. That is an amazing income. We have a promotion going on right now for the Diamonds too. If you start this with us in October and you get to Diamond in your first 3 months, you can earn something called a good bonus, which stands for Get Out of Debt, and it's a $10,000 bonus. So again, talk to the person that invited you tonight, and they can tell you a little bit more about that as well. Next up, we have Double Diamond. The average annual income of a Double Diamond, you can see it doubles there, is just over $54,000 annually. So I am going to actually come back to my peeps here, and we are going to talk to a Double Diamond I have on the call. Ashley, can you hear me?
Hi, yeah, can you hear me?
I can. Welcome.
I did it.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi.
All right.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. So, Ashley, tell us who you are, where you're from, and how long you've been with It Works.
Well, my name's Ashley Fischer. Look at that fancy thing on the bottom there. Thanks, Crystal, for teaching me how to do that. My name's Ashley Fischer. My husband, John Fischer, is on the other side of the table, and we have been with It Works almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years coming up. And we're from Louisville, Kentucky. That's where we are now. We started in San Diego, California.
Nice. Awesome. So tell us, how did you find out about It Works?
So I had our daughter, Annalie. She's almost 2. Or I'm sorry, she is 2. And I had her, and we had a Navy ball. My husband was in the Navy. I say was. I'll get to that in a little bit. But he was in the Navy, and we had a ball to go to, and I had this beautiful black one-shoulder beaded dress. I mean, it's gorgeous. But I had this, like, postpartum baby belly, like the kind of belly that people would say, oh, when are you due? And you'd look at him and say, the baby's 5 weeks old. So I had the only person that I knew in San Diego was actually an It Works distributor. She had just started, and she invited me to her launch party. And I went, and John and I mean, we were in the military, and so I wasn't nurse, but I had been on bed rest. So we were kind of living paycheck to paycheck. We didn't really have the extra money, you know, to go be spending $25, but my husband is very good and will find a way to work checkbook magic, as he used to call it back then. And he, I know, right? So sad. But he was like, okay, we'll go. And I actually, like, made him go with me because I was going to take the baby because I was nursing. So I was like, you have to go with me, which I definitely know it was God because I wrapped, got amazing results. Saw it immediately, and then saw progressive results over the next 3 days. And what did I do? You know, living paycheck to paycheck, not really having extra money. I became a loyal customer. So, of course, John, over these next days, and I'm telling everybody about these great wrap results I got, and you know, how I went to this party, and this girl put this thing on me, and I don't know, it's just magic. I don't know what it did. It just did it. I just put it on. And so I'm telling everybody about it, and John's sitting there the whole time going, I I really don't have the extra $100 that she wants to spend on this skinny pack. And and John had, back then we had the black catalog, you know, and John's always been the dreamer, the entrepreneur of the family. I've always been you work for somebody, that's what you do. I'm a nurse, I'm getting my nurse practitioner. And, you know, we were doing okay, but he spent that week going, I could sign up and just make $100 to pay for her stuff. So probably a month and a half into my loyal customer program, he signed up. If she's going to buy it, she's at least going to buy it for me.
Well, that was smart thinking of him. Awesome. So tell me, what are some things that have changed in your life since these 2 years that you've been doing It Works?
Well, big things that have changed. John was in the Navy, and in December of last year, so it's almost been a year that he's been home, we retired him. That was when we could say goodbye. So we got him out of the Navy, and we'd moved back to Kentucky, so we were living separate for a couple months because our son had to start kindergarten, and he still had to do the Navy thing. So I kind of got stuck in that, I have this nursing degree, I should be using it. So I went back to the hospital for a while, and very quickly, we were enrolled, I think, when I went back, and I very quickly was like, this isn't for me, this isn't what I want. I love being a nurse, but this is not what nursing is, and or at least not what they teach you in nursing school. And so in May, I retired from nursing. So we're both stay-at-home parents now, which is amazing because, you know, we have a first grader now who we volunteer every Tuesday and Thursday. We read to the kids in his class. We have our 2-year-old daughter. She's in gymnastics and dance. She's really good at both of them. And, you know, before we were living paycheck to paycheck where, you know, he was having to take something out so that I could pay $25 for a wrap, and he was having to really take something out so I could pay, you know, $100 for a loyal customer skinny pack. And now, you know, we can afford those extracurriculars for our kids. We're both home. We've definitely been able to kind of, you know, bless other people, and definitely change some lives and show people that you don't have to live in debt and you don't have to live under somebody else's thumb, and you can kind of make your own way. And now it's so huge that our 7-year-old, who, you know, you're always, what do you want to be, what do you want to be, what do you want to be, he says he wants to stay home. And we say, well, what are you going to do when you stay home? And he's like, oh, I'm just going to sell that crazy wrap thing with my mom and dad. So, you know, not only are we changing our lives, you know, and being home together, and it's definitely, you know, strengthened our marriage, and we're not stressed because we're working under other people's crap and then having to bring it home. You know, we've grown closer, but we're changing our lives for our, you know, kids too.
Awesome. That is amazing. How about a tip? Do you have a tip to give maybe someone thinking about joining, or even the distributors that are listening?
Okay, so I guess that's kind of, if you are thinking about joining, my biggest tip is stop thinking. I obviously admitted, you know, I became a loyal customer versus a distributor. Once we did become a distributor, I was that I'm a nurse, I'm not a salesperson, I can't sell anything kind of person. So we kind of sat on our opportunity for a couple months. And now in retrospect, I'm glad we did it, you know, even though I'm kicking myself now. You know, in retrospect, I'm really able to look and see, just go. Stop thinking. If you have no idea what you're doing, that's fine. You've got someone above you or beside you that knows what they're doing, so just get out there and start putting the wrap on people, start working, because the faster you start working, the faster you're going to change your life. And I think a big thing that, like Kyler said at the last event we were at, your destiny is too important to let somebody else decide your work. You know, I was a nurse, you're working under corporate America, you're working for a boss, you're working for people who look at you and say, do you smile enough? Well, you probably don't, so you're only going to get a 20-cent raise. You know, and your destiny in your life is too important to let somebody decide how much you're worth. So if you're thinking about doing it, stop thinking, just do it. I mean, John and I have earned $40,000 in bonuses, and I'm just a nurse, he's just a Navy boy, you know, we're just Southern people from, you know, South Georgia and Kentucky. And then if you're a distributor, the biggest thing is mindset. I think I've kind of found, Kay actually posted it. I wrote it down in I have this little aha book. Thanks, Kay. It was speak things into existence. Thoughts become things. And I think that's the biggest thing. She's like, yeah, I got this aha book that I love. But I think that's the biggest thing is, what you believe you can do is what you're going to do. So if you're like me, oh, I can't sell anything, I'm not a salesperson, then you're not even going to try. So start speaking things into existence. Start believing in yourself, because you're going to be the hardest person to convince. And once you convince yourself, you'll have no problem sharing it with the rest of the world, and they'll be right with you.
Right on. That's awesome. Great. Thank you so much for joining us, Ashley. I really appreciate you sharing your story with all of us.
Thank you for having me. This is the coolest thing ever.
Awesome. All right. So I am going to go ahead and go to the next level here, which is the triple diamond. The average income of a triple diamond, you can see, jumps again, almost doubles, to just under $105,000 annually, which is just insane. So now we're talking 6 figures annually. So I am going to chat a little bit with you because I am currently a triple diamond. So, as I mentioned earlier, my name is Krista Welch, and I live in Tacoma, Washington, which is just about 30 minutes south of Seattle. And I've been doing it work since January of 2012. So it'll be 3 years coming up here, which is just insane. I can't believe I've been doing it that long. But I found this business on Facebook. Okay, I saw a post from someone that said my mom dropped a couple pant sizes in 3 days, and of course I was intrigued. There was no picture or anything, just that description, and I wanted to know what she was talking about. So after getting some information, I decided that I wanted to go ahead and give this a try. And at the time, I was working full-time as a college professor. I taught a couple of college classes, and I was an academic advisor. And so I was really busy. I have a husband, and I have a now 13-year-old, which is insane. But she's super active in dance and taekwondo and all kinds of stuff. So we were a busy family. So I wasn't necessarily looking for anything. This kind of came into my life at a time I was ready for change and to try something different. So I did. I jumped in, and the biggest thing for me is when I started, I got my 4 customers, and I ordered product to try besides the wraps, because I had gotten a big boost kit at the time, and so I had tons of wraps already from me getting that boost kit. So I got some supplements. I got Confianza, I got greens, and I got New You, and both me and my husband started taking them. And at the time, me and my husband were kind of having some challenges. He had gotten an accident about 6 months prior, and had a concussion and vertigo, and as a result of that, he had gotten laid off from his job and become kind of depressed and was just a couch potato. He wasn't a nice guy to be around. And so once I started getting him on some of these products, I noticed some changes in like his mood and his energy, and him actually wanting to participate in stuff, which was different from what we had been experiencing. And so that was huge for me. And once I realized that, I knew for sure I had my hands on something. So you see, we have this amazing wrap, but we are so much more than just the wraps. I mean, we are a whole health and wellness company. So we have lots of other products to make you feel good and feel better. And so that really was extremely life-changing for me. There was a bonus that was announced right when I was started, so I was able to earn that $10,000 bonus, and And then a year later, I earned a $25,000 bonus. So, you know, I've earned $35,000 in bonuses from this company, which is just insane. After a year of doing this, I was able to retire from being a college professor. You know, I always joke around and say, yes, I have 2 bachelor's degrees and a master's degree, and I sell skinny wraps, and there is nothing wrong with that. So I absolutely love what I do. We have complete freedom of our time. So, you know, I'm here when she leaves, and I'm here when she gets home in the afternoon, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I mean, that freedom of time is absolutely priceless. The beginning of the year, we had major life situation. My mom was diagnosed with lung cancer, and so, you know, during that process, I was able to be there with her through everything, through her doctor's appointments, I spent a week in the hospital with her when she had her surgery, and if I had been working, there's no way I would have been able to be there for her like I was. So that freedom of time, nothing can replace that time that I got to spend with her, and now she is, you know, hundreds % better, and she is now cancer-free. And just to know that I was able to have that experience with her when she needed me was really, really important to me. So that's really how this company has changed my life, and it's continuing to change my life daily as I'm now helping other people and really seeing other people change their lives, which is so, that just is an amazing feeling. So a tip that I have, I love Ashley's tip, you know, if you're thinking about it, stop thinking, just go ahead. You know, one thing is that you'll never know until you try. And if you want something that you've never had, you have to do something you've never done, and this is probably what that needs to be at this time. For the distributors out there, I think, you know, being a walking billboard is huge. Wear your uniform, wear your gear, you know, be professional when you're out there blitzing. You know, Jamie always talks about the Blitz card lanyard and walking around with a Blitz card around your neck. And I mean, he gets stopped by people all the time just from that Blitz card being around his neck. And so definitely be a walking billboard, because people ask me what works, or what's the good life, or their favorite is the debt-free is the new sexy shirt, because they're like, oh, I love that. And I'm like, well, let me show you why. And I pull out a Blitz card and hand it to them. So you can let your gear do some of the talking and gather some interest for you as well. So that's my tip tonight. I'm going to keep it short and sweet and moving right along. So next we have, my mouse doesn't want to work. Okay, there we go. Technology, the beauty of technology, right? Next we have up our presidential diamond. The average income of a presidential diamond is just under $194,000 annually. That's just insane. And so I'm going to come and talk to Miss Allison here. Allison, can you see me? Are you unmuted?
I should be.
Yes, you are.
My children in the background still trying to get to bed and crying and stuff, so it's great.
Life of a rap star, right? That's why we work from home. All right. So tell us, Allison, who you are, where you're from, and how long you've been with It Works.
Okay, well, I'm Allison Chastian, Presidential Diamond. I've been in the company for just over 2 years. June 2012 was when I joined. Is that all that you asked me just now? Sorry.
Did you say where you're from?
Okay, well, I live in Edmond, Oklahoma right now. And I started the business when we had literally just moved from Colorado Springs to Lawton, Oklahoma. The day that we moved, I started the business, and I had a brand new 6-week-old baby along with 2 other kids under the age of 6.
Wow.
Yeah, it was fun. We had no. Do you want me to go ahead and just share my story, right? You know, since I started. Okay. Well, we had just moved to this rental house that we were only staying in, or going to be in Lawton for a year, and I was nursing, and we had no furniture for like 3 weeks, and my cousin calls me, and she's like, oh my gosh, I just joined this company, la la la. I had already heard about it, and I just thought it was a scam. I knew it was. I'm like, you saw the before and after pictures, whatever. I'm a photographer. I know people can, make pictures, change them. So I had ignored it, but when my cousin called me, and I trust her judgment, I believe, she had influence in my life, it made me go, okay, well, I'll at least Google it. So I'm spending all night long, like, Googling it works and scam together, and I know I'm going to find something wrong with it, Well, I didn't. So at 1 in the morning, I went ahead and signed up as a distributor on her website, and really, I just started telling people about it. I hadn't even started using it yet. I came in during the time we call it the rapture, and there were, a shortage of wraps, and they were just, we were kind of getting more well-known, and they were just in high demand. And so I just marketed the best I could online at first because I didn't know anyone in my area. You have to eventually talk to random people, right? It's uncomfortable, but it's what you do to make your business work. I joined to make an extra $500 a month. I made that in my first month, and so then I realized I needed to dream bigger. And this company has totally changed our lives. My husband was in the military at the time. He was active duty. He was a captain. And it's not something that we necessarily needed. I just thought if I can make an extra $500 a month, then I can help with car payments and stuff like that, or just extra things. And we found out pretty quickly. I had just hit triple diamond on my 3rd month, and I went pretty quickly to that goal anyway. And my husband found out that he was going to have to medically retire, and that was not something that he had an option about. They said, you've got to medically retire because of the different things that the military has done to you over the years. So we found that out, and thankfully at the time I had already matched his income, and so we were like, well, we're okay. It's okay as long as this is around forever, And it was about a couple months later, maybe like 6 months later, I hit Presidential Diamond, and then I had tripled his income. And so it was just something that was God totally knew that we needed this before we knew it. We had no idea. We just, again, I joined for $500, and just the fact that, he truly took the seeds that I planted and he made them grow. And that's why I'm so big about planting seeds and waiting for your harvest to come in and not giving up before that harvest comes in, because I have seeds that I planted 2 years ago that people are just contacting me and saying, okay, I'm ready now, and had I given up, I wouldn't have had those seeds, or I wouldn't have had that harvest from those. So, but now my husband and I stay at home, and I homeschool my kids. I've got an almost 9-year-old, a 5-year-old, a 2-year-old, and I'm pregnant, and I'm due in 4 weeks. So, I mean, we are a busy family, and just the fact that we homeschool is like all my time, literally. So if I can do this business, anyone can do this business. I actually think that the busier that you are, the better that you're going to be able to handle something like this, because you prioritize and you make time, and you make time for what's important to you. So even though this business is super important to me, and I make sure and work it at least a couple hours a day. Isn't that funny? That's full-time work, right? It's not really full-time work, but it's full-time pay. So, you work a few hours a day. I still get to spend so much time with my family, homeschooling, and it works a lot of us to buy an RV. So now when we travel, we take the whole family in the RV, and that's real close and fun. So anyway, it's been so great having 2 stay-at-home parents that are there full-time. My kids have no idea that most dads leave every day and are gone until 5, 6, 7 at night. So.
Right. Awesome. How about a tip? Do you have a tip?
Yeah. If you're on the fence, maybe, and you're watching this and you're considering either joining as a loyal customer or as a distributor, my thought is you never know until you try. And that was kind of the reason I did. I thought, it's $99. I spent $99 at Walmart in 2 seconds on stuff that I didn't even mean to go get. Like, I meant to get like one thing, and I left with $100 worth of stupid stuff. So that was kind of my thought process. So, you know, you never know until you try. Just try it, and then put the work in, put the effort in, and see. I didn't even try a wrap when I started. So if you're on the fence going, well, I have to make sure I believe in the products first. You know, just do some research online. You'll see that it's a legitimate company. It's a faith-based company, which is something I love, and it's real. It's not called It Works for no reason. So just give it a try. You can't fail. Well, you do miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So at least take a shot and see what happens. That's my
awesome.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Thank you so much, Allison.
Thanks for having me, Crystal.
Yes, of course. All right. So, whoops, I hit the button too fast. Okay. So, last level we have here is our ambassador diamond. And you can see that more than doubles from presidential to ambassador. Ambassador's average annual income is just under $586,000 annual. That's over $500,000, which is insane. You know, when I started back in 2012, there were 2 people at this level when I started. Now there's close to 50 people at that level, which is amazing. And so we are going to hear from one of these amazing people, Miss K Stouter. Let's get you on here. There we go. Kay, you have to unmute yourself for me.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us. All right. So, Kay, tell us who you are, where you're from, and how long you've been with It Works.
Okay, I'm K Stouter. I've been a part of It Works now 6 years this coming January.
Wow.
So, final stretch until that 6th year. I started as a senior in college. I was 21 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm from Roanoke, Virginia. I live in a town in southwest Virginia, just absolutely gorgeous, surrounded by the mountains, only about 300,000 people here. Kind of small town, you know, kind of that feel. So I was in Richmond, Virginia when I started at Virginia Commonwealth University.
Okay, good stuff. Now, I know you have a very unique story because you've been with It Works way longer than 6 years in spirit. So tell us a little bit about how you were introduced to It Works.
Yes, so I have a very unique story. My mom is Pam Sowder. She discovered our crazy wrap thing. She started It Works almost 14 years ago now. It was December of 2000 when she discovered the wraps through a phone call. I was 12 years old. Wow. So I watched her build this business, and in my teens still didn't quite understand. You know, I knew the product. I remember being a teenager and asking her what those dimples were on the back of my thighs, and she handed me a bottle of defining gel and said, "Oh honey, that's cellulite. Here's this product." So I got to know the product first, and I watched her. I remember going to an event and seeing her on stage and realizing, wow, this company is changing lives. And that's what really drew me in, is realizing that there were people out there that were becoming financially free, hearing these stories of Allison and Ashley and you sharing yours, Crystal. I realized that that's the same concept that's been happening for 14 years. People are becoming financially free, their lifestyle is changing, and I wanted that. You know, here I was in college, and this was 2008, 2009, when the economy tanked. I mean, we all remember this. This affected all of us in a pretty incredible way. And I saw my friends getting out of college, going home, sleeping on mom and dad's couch, and I thought, I don't want to be that kid. You know, I want success in life, and I want the lifestyle that I feel like I deserve, that my parents have provided for me, but I want to be able to do it myself. And so I studied abroad. I lived in Italy for 4 months, and my parents came over to visit for Christmas. And that was the first time I asked my mom about the business. I said, if you can teach me what you do, I would love to know how to build this business so I can have some extra income for when I graduate. And she taught me the steps to success. The same 3 steps, Crystal, that you just went over, she wrote down on a napkin for me, and I went to work on that. I had a wrap party with about 6 of my girlfriends who became my customers, who tried the product and loved it. And that was my launch. And that was in January of 2009.
Awesome. So how has your life changed since you started It Works?
Oh my gosh, are you kidding? Such a loaded question. I'll tell you some of my miles. You know, first of all, I'm completely financially free. I just turned 27 years old. It's very unheard of, except for in the world of It Works Global and network marketing in general. Was able to pay off $60,000 in debt last year and become financially free. And I feel so blessed because I have that opportunity, but now I know that I can teach that by living by example and teaching my team to do the same thing. So that's huge for me, just to have the breathability and the flexibility to do that and to be able to travel this world where I want to go and spend time with my friends. Some of my best friends have come from this business. So now I get to spend time with them on that level, but I get to have fun too and with my friends and family and do the things that I thoroughly enjoy doing. But it's more about giving back to the people that I love the most and being able to show them that they can have it too by first doing it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good
So
stuff.
I don't know what else to tell you other than I'm having the time of my life, girl. And like everybody in this, I've just had the most fun. I mean, we just came off of spending an incredible weekend at Dash to the Destination with the top 100 of the company, and I realized, you know what? We are all, from everyone there, was making anywhere from $20,000 a month to, gosh, incredible income, and realizing that we are setting the path for people to live a life that they've really once dreamed of. So we've got to go out in the field and we've got to show people this wrap. We've got to talk about this product. We've got to talk about the opportunity. We've got to not be afraid to tell someone what we've got our hands on, because we're changing the world. I mean, we are the 1%, but we're the 1% in the industry too, and that's truly what I believe. So we've got the product. There's nobody else in the world that has this crazy wrap thing, so we need to go share it with everybody that we come across, because we've got the one thing that I truly feel like is going to change the network marketing industry forever.
Yes, I love that. How about a tip? Do you have a tip?
Yeah, I say, you know, I kind of just piggybacking on what I just said, I say that when you guys go out in the field, whether you are just getting started or you are, you know, a veteran in this business like I am, you've got to go out in the field and you've got to just tell everybody, even if you're in the Starbucks line, if you're in the grocery line, if you're running errands, you've got your shirt on, you're not afraid to share your Blitz card with somebody, you're not afraid to pick up the phone or send a text message and say, hey, you know what, I think you would be amazing at this business. I'm still telling friends, a lot of you said this already, I'm still telling my friends, hey, look, you would be incredible at what I do. Not everybody has joined my team over the past 6 years, but they're starting to join now. They're watching. They're realizing I'm still in. They're realizing that I'm still successful. They're realizing it's not going anywhere, or just truly they're having a lifestyle change and wanting something different in their life. And so I pick up the phone, I send a Facebook message, and I say, you know what, I know you're watching me and I'm watching you. I see your posts on Facebook. I see your life as it is today, and I want you to know that you would be amazing at what I do. I want to sit down with you for 15 minutes or get on the phone with you for 15 minutes and talk to you about my business, because you would be amazing at it. And I'm consistently telling people the same things. You've got to be bold enough to open your mouth and talk business, talk product, and not be afraid to tell someone about this. So make your hundreds list. Write down on one column people who you want in your business as your customers, and in the other column write down a list of people who you want in your business as distributors. And then you go to work to tell them that you want them on your team. And just know that there are seeds you're planting. People will not all join your business at one time, but they will eventually. So it's your job to go out there and tell them that you want them there. And that's the best advice that I can give you.
Well, that is great advice, I would have to say. So thank you so much, Kaye, for sharing. I really appreciate you being on tonight, so thank you.
Thank you for having me. All of you are amazing. I can't wait to spend time with you all again. I appreciate you having me on.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, wrapping things up here, we have one last slide here. So, what's your choice? We've given you a lot of information tonight. You can become a loyal customer and get some products at a discount. You have your own account that you can manage and change your order from month to month, earn free shipping, earn free products. Or you can join us and join the party and become a distributor, where you can earn cash and bonuses and commission, get out of debt, and thoroughly enjoy some friendships, fun, and freedom. So Thank you so much once again to all of my guests that joined me tonight, Ashley, Allison, and Kaye. I so appreciate each and every one of you for being on. And that's all we have for tonight. Make sure you get back with the person that invited you to this hangout so that they can answer any questions for you. Join us next week where Mr. Do Work will be doing an all-guys hangout next Wednesday night. So I look forward to seeing you guys then. Thank you so much. Have a good night.